Yo, have you noticed that, like, growing up, man, when we were kids, we never thought about money, bro? You know what I mean? The subject never came up, like, how money works, how to start a business. It just never came up, you feel me? So that's why I be thinking, like, they made school basically for us to become workers. Like, because, like, how come they never teach us at a young age about businesses? Or no, I'm not even talking about, like, middle school or elementary school. I'm talking about high school, you know? Because once we get to high school, bro, that's when we start to think about money. Like, 16-year-olds, they start to, like, the ones that, like, their parents not able to help them like that, they start looking for a job. Like, that's basically the shoes I was in. I was looking for a job by the time I was 16. And from there, just when you start working, it just like, you think that that's the only way to make money, you feel me? Going to work. Like, legally, you think that that's the only way to make money. It's just to go to work. So we go to school our whole lives, then we go to college, and we just thought that, like, oh yeah, like, if you want to make a lot of money, eventually you gotta learn some kind of skill, or you basically just gotta go to school. But the crazy part is, like, a lot of the richest people, like, a lot of people who are the richest, man, they didn't even really go to school. Like, there are dropouts that are richer than people who go to school. Like, when you go to college, you automatically in debt. I mean, I'm talking about, like, most people who are, like, paying for their own school. Some people get a full ride scholarship, which is great. Y'all get to go to school for free. But most people pay for their college, which is like, you already in debt. By the time you finish school, you're already in debt. You know what I mean? And it's like, a person who didn't go to school will be ahead. And for that person that did go to school, and if they don't end up becoming whatever they went to school for, it's like basically over for them, bro. Like, they're gonna have to work years and years just to get out of school. I mean, just to get out of their debt. And the ones that didn't go to school didn't really have debt. They just basically was trying to figure it out. But yeah, man. So I think school is for workers, because there's a lot of ways to make money that has, like, pretty much nothing to do with going to school. Like, starting up businesses. Like, you just need money to make money, you know what I mean? And a lot of times it's like, when you go to school, you've already spent that money on school when you could have used that money to start a business. The return on it just depends what you went to school for. But then again, nothing is guaranteed, so that's why I think everything is a risk, even going to school, because you go to school, you're automatically in debt. At least when you start a business, you don't start that business until you're financially able to. You know what I mean? You don't just get up and start a business and you're not financially capable of starting a business. Before you start a business, you gotta save up a certain amount of money, then start that business. And if it fails, you just lost that money, but you're not, like, really in debt like that. You feel me? So that's why I just be thinking, like, school is for workers. And the ones who become, like, super successful, they don't go to school. They automatically start learning about business, reading books about business. And a lot of that stuff you can learn on your own. You feel me? You don't even need to go into debt to learn most of those things. You know what I mean? And the teachers, like the professors and stuff like that, they're capped too, because they're capped to the amount of money they can make. And I'm thinking, like, the way to get wealthy is basically to have something that's, like, you can keep scaling up. You can't have a cap. Like, if you're making $80K a year, say you can only make $80K every year, and know what I mean? You need something to scale up. Like a business, you can scale up. Like you can go from making 50K to millions. You know what I mean? The more stores you open, the banks invest in you, the more money you have, the more you invest into your businesses and have multiple locations and grow it. And all this stuff, bro, you don't really need to go to school. You can learn this pretty much on your own, reading books and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I hope y'all have a good day, man.